All right. Well, welcome to Sundays with Steve show. And we have here Andreas Kretz, if I said it
Yep.
correctly. Very nice to meet you. I appreciate you joining. Of course, my sister Kate said, well, listen, I have this amazing friend. He's very supportive. He's very knowledgeable in his field. And I saw on LinkedIn, obviously that you teach data engineering, you teach AI for over 10 years already, right? You have
Yeah.
230,000 connections on YouTube, subscribers, and it's very, very impressive. From my side, I've been in corporate world with finance for over 25 years now, right?
Mm.
And now I've started to see more and more AI related stuff at work, on internet, on social media, and I'm like, this is interesting. We should learn about it, and that's why I'm trying to have this show started. Which you, thank you again for joining. This is episode 2, and trying to learn along the way. If you don't mind, just give the audience a little bit of background about yourself, how
Mm.
you started, and maybe what exactly you do.
Yeah. So for me, I'm also coming from the corporate world. I was for years at Bosch in
Oh,
Germany, and I started uh, way back ago as an apprentice at at Bosch, and then I studied computer science and so on. And then after that, I actually worked on a project there where the problem was there's too much data, and the typical things that I have learned and that people were using didn't work because a SQL database, a typical database, can only store so much data, and we had some machine data where it's coming in fast and it's a lot and it's very unstructured. And back then I needed to find ways to make this work,
wow.
to enable predictive maintenance for machines. And
That,
that was basically how I got into this. And then at some point I thought, let's just start a YouTube channel. Let's just get on LinkedIn.
and that
And
was
so
very
that
successful for you. That was very
that was
successful.
I wouldn't call myself successful. I think it's okay. Um it could always be like I'm maybe your sister already spoiled a bit of this. I'm always the kind of guy like it
Now,
needs to
listen, you have
get better.
160,000 connections on LinkedIn alone,
Yeah.
besides the YouTube channel. So that means people like, right, what you teach and
Yeah.
how you
It's
present the information.
for me the important thing is always that people can learn something from it and can hopefully make the next step. And it has become more difficult since, let's say, since ChatGPT came out, because a lot of entry roles, yeah, basically, yeah, how can you say this? They disappeared. They disappeared.
That's actually, by saying disappear, it leads me to the first question. I'm only gonna have a couple of questions. This show is all about being just relaxed and in a casual atmosphere to share the ideas and information. And it's not only related to engineering position. Like as I said before, like I
Yep.
work in finance field, right? And even in our field, a lot of times people talk about, is AI gonna replace us, right? Is it AI gonna replace data engineers or finance, or like in your case, you're an expert in data engineering. What do you take? What is your take on that topic?
There are two different types of voices, I would say. The ones that are falling for the hype and they say it's going to get replaced completely and the AI is going to take over everything. And I'm one of the others who say that's not the case. Some stuff is going to get automated, it's going to get completely replaced. And that typically is kind of the easy stuff. That is the thing where people thought, oh, okay, I'm going to become a good developer and I'm going to be good at coding and on a specific platform, and that that's going to go away. It's already going away because AI is so strong in like writing, like from a finance standpoint or from an analyst standpoint, they are creating reports very often, right? These kind of reports you can easily automate. Sometimes people write SQL queries to get data out of the database. Easy to do. From an engineering standpoint, creating a data model. If you know what you need, if you know the goals, and you can give it the AI is going to do it. But the thing is to understand what it should do, and to have the whole process in your hand. I would say being end to end, being what's the right word for this? Sometimes I'm stuck with the words because I'm German. So
Listen, English is my third language as well. So I can completely relate to this. And a lot of times, like, two other languages goes first. And like, which one do I use the best?
Basically being result driven, right? And understanding what people actually want, and then trying to make the decisions more with AI or with the help of AI, instead of giving it completely there, because it can't make good decisions. That's
interesting. So just testing this microphone, he just got on mute. So from that, what do you see in the future? How would this, if it's not going to be replaced completely, right, by the AI, it's going to be changed in variations, different sides. How would you see the future looks like in terms of the job change? Like right now, there's, and it's even in law firms. Like I have friends in law firms, they're saying, oh, listen, this paralegal could research for 2 weeks and now ChatGPT gives you answer in 5 minutes. But it affects every single area of our lives, right? In your field, how would the future look like in, I don't know, the future is 6 months or 5 years? Like its future is so not linear right now. It could change in any moment. Because you would think in future before, okay, what is your 10-year goal? What is your 20-year goal? Now could be 6 months.
Yeah. Well, when you look at this from a perspective of, I like to look at this in the perspective of waves. The first wave was basically for us, okay, the AI is taking over the coding part. That's what's the first part. Right now we're in the phase where it's all about automation, and with agents, and you most likely also have heard about MCP servers and stuff. That kind of stuff, automation is where we are right now. That means for us engineers, and this is what's also coming, and I've seen from companies that I've worked with, and also did a live stream with one just recently, where basically you have a system that can access other systems, and it gathers the right information and then processes it, and then basically already gives you the boiled down information that you really need, right? And that's where this is going. This is not going to go like, okay, this is going to be completely gone, but you will become, we are going to become a lot more effective in this. So that is, I think, one of the big things that are currently happening. And then, of course, at some point, it's going to do more of the decisions, or more.
So you're saying the different platforms will be able to collaborate with each other, like ChatGPT talk to Claude, and Claude talk to whatever these other AIs.
Or you have a system, you have a monitoring system, and something is wrong, right? And that monitoring system that has access to the database, that has access to AWS where your infrastructure is running, that has access to other systems, and that automatically then basically vertically access the other platforms. I think vertically is the right thing, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then this gathers you the right information, and it presents it to you in the right way so that you understand it.
Interesting.
But either way, you said this with the legal stuff. If you use the AI for this, you as the engineer need to be in a position where you're able to assess what you're presented, right? Does that make sense? Is that actually the right information? Does it look like this is the problem that I have? Because it can very easily be that either it's missing something or it's presenting something as the problem that it isn't is. Right?
Wow, that's interesting perspective. Yeah, my sister reminded me that we have to be short on these, not to go over the certain areas. Like, since I'm still learning, I was like, okay, we're already at the time that 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not gonna say 6, 7 minutes. That's
Yeah.
that's what young kids say now. But where would people?
Let me ask
Yeah,
you a question, Steve.
sure,
What do
sure.
you see from a finance perspective? Because I've I'm running my own business. I know how it is with the finance department, and I've been in big corp. I know finance. So what do you see?
Listen, well,
Well,
from my profile, probably I work at Bloomberg for the last 16 years almost. I do see a lot of change, and I work at BlackRock and Cashflow before that. And now I see a lot of different teams because finance, it's combination of accounts payables, receivables, revenues, like different areas. And in each area right now, there's more and more automation. Like just they ever had something installed. Not to say names of these other platforms, but this platform is very interesting that they could run on your PC. You just do what you do, and then at the end of 2-week period, for example, the AI will just give you a breakdown about every process that you do and which process can actually be automated and streamlined, and which process still cannot be, but could be parts of it could be automated. So the automation is very, very well and already being implemented, even in the company like ours, which, as you know, the very technologically advanced company. And not even sure if the bigger company adopt technology first or later, but our company is always like ahead of implementations. So I do see how it helps in a way to automate the boring stuff per se, right? The stuff
yeah,
that machine could just automate it, and to let people do more analytical task at work. So
yeah,
not sure if it's going to be replaced or not. You're the expert in that, but in
yeah,
general, it helps so far to automate the boring stuff per
yeah.
se.
That's exactly what I always in the beginning said as well. Like the first thing that I saw, and as I said, with coding and with writing queries and so on, or connecting to some database and writing the code, that's so boring. Why would you want to do this? So
Yes,
thank
yes,
God AI is here to solve this.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Interesting. So, but that's again, that would be wave two, right? That's the automation wave
Hmm.
that you're writing. Okay,
But that's the
interesting.
one of the things that you said that now it's going to be one AI talking to the other AI, and they kind of collaborate, and one analyzes the data, the other one maybe sorts it in the right format, and third one prepares the um, deliverables to the management to show them a good outlook and say, hey, this is whatever the data is. So it's very interesting, your perspective on this. Where would people go to learn more about what you teach and maybe buy your course and get better at this AI stuff, right? These all new skills that we need in our days.
Well, basically two things: my LinkedIn, Andreas Kretz, or my YouTube channel. I'm right now building a second one, actually, a bit like
Ah,
an unfiltered one or unscripted one, where it's also going to be interesting. But I think these two, just look for me on YouTube and also learndataengineering.com, where I have stuff for beginners and for experts.
perfect. I'm gonna look for
For the
that
mentoring.
unfiltered one. I wonder what
It's
other
going
filters that you're not using in that one. Straight up, all the skills, all the tricks and tips, I guess, right?
yeah.
For
Yeah, it's
for the
actually
data.
unscripted, not
Unscripted.
unfiltered. It's so new, I just set it up.
Nice, nice. Well,
Yeah,
I really appreciate your time, Andreas. I'm trying to be mindful of your time as well because you're in Germany. It's already evening for you. I really appreciate your insights and input in this interesting topic. And I hope we'll come across one day and meet in Davos or something in Switzerland one
maybe.
day. Or maybe you come visit in America, we in
Yeah,
New York.
yeah.
So I don't know, have you been to New York or not, but you're always
No,
welcome.
that's one. That's on my list. That's on my list.
Sure. Excellent. Perfect. Well, thank you so much again. And
Thanks, Steve.
I hope to stay in touch.
Likewise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.